In this lecture, I would like to discuss about the electrochemistry second belongs to the syllabus of SY semester 4th. In semester 3rd, we has been discuss electrochemistry first. In electrochemistry first, we discuss about conductance, specific conductance, molar conductance, equivalent conductance, variation of molar conductance with concentration for strong and weak electrolytes, variation of molar conductance for strong and weak electrolytes, then Collard's law, application of Collard's law in the determination of solubility and solubility product of the sparingly soluble salt, in the determination of dissociation constant of weak acid, in the determination of ionic product of water. Then we also discuss about the transport number and determination of transport number by moving boundary method. So number of topics we has been discussed in the electrochemistry first. Now in the semester 4th, that syllabus is continuous and I would like to discuss electrochemistry second. So to start the electrochemistry, let us see first of all, what is a electrochemical cell? What is a electrochemical cells? Actually, there are two types of the electrochemical cells: chemical cells and concentration cells. Chemical cells and concentration cells. So let us discuss about the galvanic or voltaic cells. So in galvanic cell, chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. In galvanic cell, there is a conversion of chemical energy into the electrical energy. At the cost of the chemical reaction, the electrical energy is produced. And such cells who are producing the electrical energy at the cost of the chemical reactions are called as galvanic cells, or they are also called as a voltaic cells in honor of Galvani and Volta, the pioneers in the field. In galvanic cells, electricity is generated as a result of a chemical reaction. In galvanic cells, electricity is generated as a result of chemical reaction. It means in a galvanic cell, chemical reactions are takes place. And at the cost of the chemical reactions, there is a production of the electricity. So in any electrochemical cell, there is a production of electrical energy. It means that there is a conversion of chemical energy into the electrical energy. What is electrochemistry? Electrochemistry is nothing but the interconversion of chemical energy into the electrical energy and vice versa. So the devices in which the chemical energy is converted into the electrical energy are called as electrochemical cells or galvanic cells. Therefore, in galvanic cell, electricity is generated as a result of chemical reaction. And therefore, these cells are electrogenic or driving cells. That is, in these cells, electrical energy is converted into the, in these cells, chemical energy is converted into the electrical energy. So what is a galvanic cell? Galvanic cell consists of two electrodes. Actually, cell is a combination of the two electrodes or two half cells. And these two electrodes are arranged in such a way that when they are connected externally by a conductor such as a metal wire, an electric current flows through the wire. An electric current flows through the wire. Each electrode or half cell consists of an electronic and an electrolytic conductor in contact. Each electrode or half cell consists of electronic and an electrolytic conductor in contact. At the point of the contact of the two, a potential difference arises, and this is called the electrode potential. A typical example of a galvanic cell is the Daniell cell. A typical example of the galvanic cell is the Daniell cell. So this is the Daniell cell. This is one electrode. This is another electrode. So galvanic cell is the combination of two electrodes or two half cell. This is one half cell and this is another half cell. And at the point of the contact of the two, a potential difference arises there. At the point of the contact between the two, the potential difference arises there. And whatever the potential is developed due to this is called as a electrode potential. It means that in a galvanic cell at particular electrode, the electrode potential is generated or the electrode potential is produced. So this is the Daniell cell which is given here. So I would like to draw here the diagram belongs to the Daniell cell. I would like to draw here the diagram belongs to the Daniell cell. Let us going to draw here the diagram belongs to the Daniell cell. First of all, represent the Daniell cell. This is a galvanic cell. So zinc metal, it is in contact with zinc sulfate solution. Zinc metal, it is in contact with zinc sulfate solution. So this is one electrode. Double vertical line is there. And another electrode is the copper electrode. So copper is in contact with copper sulfate solution. So this is the representation of the Daniell cell. Two electrodes are there. This is one half cell. This is a one half cell. And this is another half cell. So galvanic cell is the combination of two half cell. So to construct a galvanic cell or a electrochemical cell, we require the two half cell. That is, a complete cell is the combination of two half cell. Combination of two half cell. Two half cell can be joined together. So it is the combination of two half cells. And the best example, it is the Daniell cell. So we can draw the diagram belongs to this Daniell cell. So suppose take the two beakers and take the zinc sulfate solution in one beaker. So this is zinc sulfate solution. Zinc sulfate solution, it is an electrolyte. It contains the ions, zinc dipositive ion and sulfate ions. And in this solution, we have to dip the zinc electrode. So it means that the zinc electrode, it is in contact with zinc sulfate solution. And it is represented in this way. Zinc in contact with zinc sulfate solution. So this single vertical line stands for there is a contact between the electrode and its solution. So zinc metal plate, it is dipped in the solution of the zinc sulfate solution, or zinc metal rod, it is dipped in the solution of the zinc sulfate solution. Now in another beaker, we have to take the copper sulfate. So take the copper sulfate solution here. Copper sulfate solution. And in copper sulfate solution, we have to dip the copper electrode or copper metal plate. Copper electrode or copper metal plate. So let us insert the electrode, copper metal plate and copper electrode. So this is the copper electrode. It is dipped in the solution of the copper sulfate. Now these two electrodes are connected with electronic conductor for the conduction of the electrons. Conduction of the electrons. So this is electronic conductor. And these two beakers are connected by salt bridge. This is a U-like tube. It is dipped in the solution of the two electrolytes. So this is salt bridge. It is called as salt bridge. Salt bridge makes the electrical contact between the two electrolytes. And circuit is completed when we dip this salt bridge in the two electrolyte solution. So this double vertical line indicates that salt bridge. So left hand side electrode, it is the zinc electrode, zinc half cell. Right hand side electrode, it is the copper electrode, copper half cell. So this is the electrochemical cell, or this is the galvanic cell. And this galvanic cell, it is called as Daniell cell. This galvanic cell is called as a Daniell cell. Now, in this Daniell cell, the chemical reactions are takes place. At these two electrodes, the chemical reactions are takes place here. And due to the chemical reactions, the electrons are liberated at the left hand side electrodes, and the electrons are added at the right hand side electrode. And there is a flow of the current. And due to this, the electricity is generated. Therefore, we can say that in a galvanic cell, the chemical energy is converted into the electrical energy. In a galvanic cell, the chemical energy is converted into the electrical energy. So once again, see what is a Daniell cell. It consists of a zinc plate dipping in a solution, as we have shown in the diagram. Dipping in a solution of zinc sulfate, so that is a zinc half cell. Then copper electrode or copper plate, it is dipped in the solution of the copper sulfate solution, that is a copper half cell. And the cell is represented in this way. So this is a zinc half cell and this is the copper half cell. This double vertical line stands for a salt bridge. And this single vertical line stands for a contact between the electrode and its solution. So this is the electrochemical cell. So in electrochemical cell, chemical energy is converted into the electrical energy. In a electrochemical cell, chemical energy is converted into the electrical energy. Now let us discuss the conventions to represent the galvanic cell. How to represent the galvanic cell? As we know now, the chemical energy is converted into the electrical energy in the galvanic cell or electrochemical cell. So to construct the electrochemical cell, we require the two electrodes or two half cell. Without electrode, we cannot construct the chemical cell. We not just require the electrode, but we also require the electrolyte. You can see here, this is the zinc electrode and this is the electrolyte zinc sulfate. So to construct the electrode, we require both electrode and solution. And this electrolyte, it is a electrolytic conductor. And this zinc metal, it is a electronic conductor. This zinc metal, it is electronic conductor. Same will be here. The copper sulfate is the electrolyte, so it is electrolytic conductor because ions are present there. Copper 2 plus ion and sulfate minus ions are there in the solution. And this copper metal plate, it is a electronic conductor. It can conduct the current. So a galvanic cell consists of two electrodes or two half cell. So in this lecture, we discuss about how to construct a galvanic cell or how to construct a electrochemical cell. So electrochemical cell, it is the combination of the two electrodes or two half cell. And that electrodes are connected externally by a conductor such as a metal wire. And there is a flow of the current through that wire. There is a flow of the current through that wire. And the best example, it is the Daniell cell. The best example, it is the Daniell cell. It is the combination of the two electrodes, zinc electrode and copper electrode, zinc half cell and copper half cell. Now the cell is represented here. So how we can read this cell? Zinc in contact with zinc sulfate solution, left hand side, copper contact with the copper sulfate solution. So this is the right side. Copper metal, it is dipped in the solution of the copper sulfate. Zinc metal or zinc metal plate, it is dipped in the solution of the copper sulfate. So this is about the galvanic cell or electrochemical cell. This is about the galvanic cell or electrochemical cell.